Yo. I can't walk. I'd like to send my condolences to Tyre Nichols' family for their loss, most notably his parents. I already know the narrative surrounding this story would be drastically different if Tyre's mom was single, uneducated, and constantly yelling, "Sweet Jesus! Lord have mercy! My baby!" every time they shoved a camera on her face. But his mother answered every question the media asked her with dignity and grace as Tyre's stepdad stood by her side supporting her as much as he possibly could. It's just too bad Al Sharpton hijacked the funeral service, making it all about himself when he started talking about mountain climbing at the end of his eulogy.
Yes, I got books out. Yes, I got a TV show, but I'm a mountain climber. I'm not gonna stop till I get to the top of the mountain. You can call me names on right-wing television. I'm a mountain climber. I expect stumbles to come my way. I'm a mountain climber.
I'm sorry, but as soon as I heard that organ playing in the background, his entire eulogy just turned into a fucking cartoon for me.
That's so very, very sad.
Tyre Nichols' death will be remembered as the most horrific beatdown by the police caught on video in US history, which says something, because Rodney King miraculously survived his ass whooping from law enforcement in the 90s and he got beat the fuck up by Ku Klux Klan members.
Can we all get along? Can we get along?
I find it very interesting that since Tyre Nichols was beaten to death by 5
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
black cops, that justice was served so quickly.
They got arrested so fast, they didn't even give us time to riot.
At first I wondered why there was no information released about the white cop who tased Tyre Nichols until they fired and arrested his ass last Monday. They tried to protect Preston Hemphill by putting him on paid administrative leave, while I assume they tried to find a way to spin the story in his favor.
But lawyers point out that Hemphill can be seen on body camera footage released by the Memphis PD last week. He's violently pulling Nichols from the car while hitting him on the ground with a taser, later saying, quote, "I hope they stomp his ass after he runs away."
So he got arrested along with the rest of them niggas simply because
he's an ass. And he's dumb. He's a dumbass.
To me, Preston Hemphill looks like the stereotypical dork that became a cop because he got bullied in high school.
The nerds of the school wanna run my fucking block.
He probably got picked on by black kids too, which might explain why he hoped Tyre would get stomped out after he tased him.
What a piece of shit.
I think the 2 paramedics and lieutenant that lost their jobs over this deserve to get fired too for officially becoming the worst first responders in the history of first aid, because these motherfuckers did
absolutely nothing
for Tyre Nichols after he got beat the fuck up.
Y'all standing there just looking at shit. Do something. Hugging and shit. Just standing there.
With that being said, I completely agree with Ben Crump, the attorney for Tyre Nichols' family in this case.
I said to myself, they got fired, arrested, and charged in less than 20 days. So this is the blueprint going forward, D.L. Hughley. They cannot say anymore to us whether the cop is black or white. When you see them on video committing a crime, using excessive force against us, that it takes 6 months, that it take a year. No, you can't tell us that anymore, because we're gonna say, you remember those 5 black police officers in Memphis? Y'all arrested them immediately.
But if Tyre Nichols really got pulled over for reckless driving, then
why
wasn't a video of the dash cam footage of his reckless driving released to prove it?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Rumor has it that Tyre got beat to death because he had a relationship with an ex-wife of one of the niggas who killed him.
Angry facts. You probably know that Tyre Nichols worked for FedEx, but here's what you didn't know. One of the arresting officers that participated in this horrific act actually had a baby mama that worked at FedEx. Now, allegedly, Tyre was having a sexual relationship with that officer's baby mama.
If that's true, these niggas have got to be the goofiest gang of simps walking God's green earth today, because I think
you got to be a stupid motherfucker
if you help anybody gang up on someone else over some chick that doesn't want to fuck your homeboy anymore. Preston's dumbass probably thought after the beatdown they were all gonna run train on the nigga's ex-wife like those other cops did on that slut in Tennessee a month ago. I know Preston gotta be mad as hell for misleading himself like Chris Griffin did at the county fair.
Step right up, everybody take a chance on a whack-a-bigger pussy.
Hey, Tone, hey, Tone, hey, Tone, hey, Tone, hey, Tone.
This is not what I thought it was!
If Tyre Nichols was really killed over a woman, that would help explain why he was pulled over as if the cops knew he had dope in his car. Because I didn't hear any of these motherfuckers ask for proof of license and registration. It would also help explain why these niggas gave Tyre 71 different commands in 13 minutes.
Stand on one leg. With the tip of your finger, touch the tip of your nose. Now, in a circular motion, rub your stomach and pat your head while saying rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumper.
Strike a pose. Now vote.
These niggas were part of a special unit called Scorpion, which has a reputation of intimidating and harassing almost all black people who live in their jurisdiction.
Attorneys for Tyre Nichols' family say the unit goes around in unmarked cars and is sometimes unnecessarily aggressive. One law enforcement veteran described issues that often crop up with specialized units in city police departments.
Generally speaking, when we have an enforcement-driven unit, these units have a greater propensity to rack up complaints against them based on excessive force. But the terminal piece in this is overall supervision. Yep. So I believe that we had a failure in supervision and there was no appropriate oversight to ensure that these officers were doing what they were supposed to do.
I translate that as meaning the tactics used by these niggas are a direct reflection of their police chief's brand of law enforcement, because
Chief Davis launched the Scorpion unit in 2019 in response to homicide numbers rising in the city. It's now drawing comparisons to Atlanta's Red Dog unit, created in the 1980s, which she led from 2006 to 2007. Like the Scorpion unit, it was used as an acronym standing for Running Every Drug Dealer Out of Georgia. That unit was disbanded in 2011 due to, wait for it, accusations of multiple violations of civil rights and use of excessive force.
So that's who Cool Breeze was talking about on the song Decatur Psalm off Outkast's 1996 album ATLians when he said,
"Can't even tell you where I put my extra player cards. Cause them Red Dog police know we're homeboys."
The fact that she was part of that Red Dog unit tells me that Memphis Police Chief CJ Davis has actively hated niggas for at least the past 20 years now. She never publicly apologized on behalf of her police department for this shit at all and has basically carried a
"hey, you know, shit happens"
kind of attitude about it throughout this entire ordeal, so why wouldn't I think CJ Davis hates niggas? I assume an older black cop who also hate niggas,
I hate black pepper,
taught her that every black person's a suspect out here while she was running every drug dealer out of Georgia by force in the mid-2000s. I also assume CJ Davis taught other cops how to hate niggas as much as she does, as she ranked up over the years to become Memphis Chief of Police, giving her the authority to create task forces that specialize in hating niggas made up of racist cops who constantly listen to 21 Savage, but for all the wrong reasons.
You might got a pistol, but the stick is way bigger. I call it KKK, cause my chopper hate nigga.
I can only hope that most people choose law enforcement as a career path so they can make a positive difference in their respective communities. But it's gotta be heartbreaking for those people when they realize making that difference can be very difficult because success for a cop is measured by statistics and not people. That's why the mayor of Memphis couldn't
shut the fuck up
about the statistics Scorpion was compiling before they killed Tyre Nichols.
The mayor's office also touted Scorpion's early success, saying that between its inception in the fall of 2021 through January of 2022, the unit made 566 arrests, seized more than 250 weapons, 270 vehicles, and over $100,000 in cash.
Which brings me back to these niggas. Scorpion accomplished all of this in just 5 months, so you already know that if they never killed Tyre Nichols, they would have been rewarded with an even bigger budget so they could continue to harass, intimidate, and beat up even more black people in the future.
He ain't lying.
But how impressive are these numbers if we all know Scorpion's out here treating every black guy they see on the street like Reggie from Bad Boys 2?
Who the fuck are you? Get your ass up against that wall. What the fuck's your problem? You think you know it all. You little young Thundercats. You got joints on you? You smoke that shit? No, sir. You trying to get my daughter high? You smoke that shit?
Let's face it, these niggas have been getting away with beating up black people for years because no one cares about police brutality until a black person dies from it.
And you know this, man.
So of course they thought they could get away with beating up a 150-pound FedEx worker that skateboards on the weekends for allegedly fucking this nigga's ex-wife. If that allegation happens to be true and this additional rumor can be proven as a fact.
Now, there's a rumor that he took a picture of Tyre after they beat him to a pulp and sent it to his baby mama.
For real?
Then these niggas deserve everything that should be coming to them for all of this. I've referred to all the guilty parties involved in this case as niggas throughout this video because their actions have made it quite clear to me that they forgot they were black
a long time ago.
And if it's revealed somehow that this nigga's ex-wife's a white chick, niggas in prison may never allow these motherfuckers to be black ever again.
Nigga, concentrate on not dropping the soap, you bitch ass nigga.
For the better part of this century, the media has been leading a campaign painting all cops as scumbags, but I refuse to hate every police officer for the sins committed by a few of them like these niggas right here.
Why?
I completely understand that being a police officer is a thankless job that can frustrate even the strongest individuals into possible corruption because cops constantly see society at our worst. Murders, suicides, rape, manslaughter, robberies, burglaries, and domestic violence are just a few of the many different dangers cops are responsible for dealing with on behalf of the people, sometimes even putting their own lives at risk in order to serve and protect us.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'd like to say
thank you
to police officers everywhere who represent the badge with the honor and respect it's supposed to stand for. Here's a YouTube short I found that describes what I think we all feel the badge should stand for.
So I got assigned this white officer. He was 6'4", tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed, that stereotypical picture of what you would think a racist cop with a big handlebar mustache. So we ended up getting in the car with him and we're driving to Oakwood where he worked, and I couldn't believe I was hearing that. What's up, Snow? How you doing, Snowden? God bless you, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for what you did for me, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for saving my cousin. And I'm sitting there like, you know, in shock, right? This white guy is getting more love than I've ever seen a black person get, right? So one day I asked him, I said, sir, why do these people love you so much? Because I'm thinking in my head, in my woke mind, are you so corrupt and so dangerous that these people are afraid of you that they say hello to you, right? So he pulls the car over and says, Dion, this is Oakwood. It's the most dangerous part of the area we serve. The people who live here understand there's a high level of crime and they know why we're here. Here's the thing they want from you and me. Whether we're arresting them, saving them, counseling them, they just want us to treat them like human beings with dignity and respect. And as long as you work with me, young man, you will treat everyone we contact with dignity and respect. And all I could say to that was, yes, sir.
If this nigga right here approached his life, not just this job, with that kind of mindset, I believe he would still be with the woman that drove him to commit second-degree murder. Facts. If the rest of these niggas approached their jobs with that kind of mindset, I believe they would have told this nigga to
suck my dick
when he asked them to help him beat Tyre Nichols to death. Preston Hemphill would be able to keep his anal virginity, and all those other people who lost their jobs because of this would still be employed. Finally! Above all else, Tyre Nichols would still be alive today.
And that's all I have to say about that.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below.
Peace. I'm Audi 5000.
Those who wish to follow me, I welcome with my hand. Thank you for being a friend.
And those are my thoughts for this video. But then again, what do I know? I'm just an old crippled bastard. I ain't too proud to beg for your money, so like, share, and subscribe.